There are moments in life when intuition becomes louder than logic, when something inside you quietly senses that change is happening beneath the surface. Lately, you may have felt unusually alert, emotionally restless, or unable to ignore the feeling that certain situations around you deserve closer attention. That feeling does not necessarily mean danger is surrounding you, but it may be reminding you to trust your awareness, protect your peace, and move through life with greater clarity. Sometimes people outgrow environments, relationships, or situations without realizing it immediately, and not everyone celebrates growth when they see it happening in someone else. That is why staying grounded, observant, and emotionally wise matters so much during important seasons of life. Instead of living in fear or believing unseen forces are working against you, focus on strengthening your confidence, your boundaries, and your ability to recognize what truly belongs in your future. The challenges you have survived already prove you are stronger than many moments tried convincing you otherwise. Every obstacle, disappointment, and setback has quietly shaped resilience inside you, even during times you felt uncertain about your direction. If something valuable is meant for your life, it will not disappear simply because others fail to understand your journey. What truly belongs to you will align through patience, wisdom, and the choices you make moving forward. This is why staying emotionally calm and spiritually centered is more powerful than panic. Pay attention to your instincts, move carefully when necessary, and avoid sharing every personal goal with people who have not earned your trust. But at the same time, do not allow fear to control your thinking. Your future is not determined by hidden meetings, secret enemies, or unseen conspiracies. It is shaped by your resilience, your growth, your faith in yourself, and your willingness to continue forward even when uncertainty appears around you. Sometimes the greatest protection comes from clarity, self-belief, and the quiet strength to keep building your life without losing your inner peace. Do not be afraid. Be aware. Sparkles while you read. I want you to quietly say this in your heart. I receive this message from God, and I am protected. Sparkles, my child. This world has become too noisy, and in that noise, your truth has been covered by those who fear your light. But I see it. I see your light. I see the purity in your intentions. That is why the enemy tries so hard to remove you, not because of your weakness, but because of your strength. They don't talk about you because they don't like you. They talk about you because they fear that soon, others will follow your path of truth. That's why they want to silence you. But I didn't create you to be silenced. I created you to rise, even when they try to push you down, especially then. You are not reading this by accident. You were led here. The enemy set a meeting. Heaven set a message. They plan in rooms. I speak in whispers. And my whisper is louder than their schemes. Are you listening? Warning before you continue reading. I want you to pause and say silently, God, if this message is truly for me, let me feel your presence right now. Warning, I know who you are. You are the one who keeps quiet, even when you're hurting. The one who gives, even when you're empty. The one who smiles, even when no one notices. And now, the people you trusted are sitting together, not to help you, but to discuss how to remove your name from the list you rightfully earned a place on. But child, I am God. They don't control your destiny. I do. This message is being revealed to you because you are about to make a choice. What you do after reading this will open a door that no one else can open. And the moment you obey this message, you will feel the shift. Archangel Michael is ready. He's been waiting. He's seen what's happening behind your back. He's seen what they're preparing behind that closed door. And he's holding a scroll from heaven with your name written in light. But I can only release that scroll if you agree to let go of fear and step fully into your divine strength. Glowing star, subscribe to the light. Stay connected to this divine guidance, because in the days ahead, you will need reminders of truth, and I will send them to you, again and again. You are not alone. Never were. Never will be. Glowing star. Do not let them convince you that your voice doesn't matter. They are trying to remove your name because it shines. But I wrote your name in my book long before they knew who you were, and I'm not erasing it. I'm elevating it. My child, I want you to breathe for a moment. Just breathe, because what you're about to read is not to scare you, but to awaken you, to remind you of what's really happening around you. You see, there are moments in your life when people pretend to support you while quietly planning to move you out of the way. They don't do it because you've done something wrong. They do it because your presence reveals what they're hiding. Your light is a mirror, and some people can't handle their reflection. Is unfolding. A whisper is unfolding. A whisper behind your name. They're preparing a table, not to invite you, but to speak about removing you from a position, from an opportunity, from a promise. But what they don't realize is that I am sitting at every table they speak at, and I have heard every word. I didn't allow this moment to destroy you. I allowed it to expose them. They think they are in control, but I am the one who writes the story, and right now, I am turning the page. Listen to me, my child. There is one among them who is not at peace, one who is beginning to feel guilty, one who doesn't want to go along with the plan. And this person is the key I will use to shift the entire situation in your favor. But you must be silent right now. Do not react. Do not rush. Do not confront. Just stay close to me. I am working. I am speaking. And soon, I will act. Raising hands if your heart is beating faster as you read this. It's because my spirit is confirming the truth. You were meant to hear this. Raising hands. I see everything they're doing. The meeting was not hidden from me. They think they are clever, but I am wisdom itself. I allow the enemy to move only to expose where their loyalty lies. And now, the plan is clear. They want to remove your name, erase your influence, weaken your voice. But what they forgot is that your name is not written in their books. It's written in mine. And I do not allow erasure. I allow elevation. They whispered behind your back. I will shout in your favor. They plotted in shadows. I will reward you in daylight. But you must trust me, even now. Even when you don't see how I will turn this around. Because I will. I always do. I never lose a battle. And I am not starting now. High voltage. The reason you are reading this is because heaven sees you as worthy of divine intervention. And this is that moment. High voltage. You are not broken. You are chosen. You are not alone. You are covered. You are not being removed. You are being revealed. There is someone watching you right now. There are moments when life feels uncertain, as though situations are unfolding around you without your control or understanding. During those times, it can be easy to believe that every closed door or uncomfortable shift is happening against you. But sometimes, what first appears disappointing eventually reveals itself as redirection towards something healthier, stronger, or more aligned with your future. People may change their behavior unexpectedly, conversations may happen without your knowledge, and circumstances may feel unfair for a while. Yet none of those things automatically have the power to destroy what is truly meant for your life. In many situations, kindness, integrity, and patience leave deeper impressions on others than you realize. Even when people remain silent outwardly, they often remember who treated them with honesty and loyalty during difficult moments, and those memories can quietly influence decisions, perspectives, and outcomes over time. This is why remaining calm under pressure matters so much. Reacting from fear or anger can cloud your judgment, while inner stability allows you to move wisely even when circumstances feel uncertain. Sometimes the strongest response is not immediate confrontation, but trusting yourself enough to stay grounded while events unfold naturally. Challenges can also become unexpected turning points. Situations that seem designed to push you backward may eventually become the exact experiences that move you toward growth, clarity, or opportunities you would never have discovered otherwise. Life often works in ways people do not fully understand in the moment. What feels like rejection can become redirection. What feels like loss can create space for something far better suited to who you are becoming. So instead of focusing only on what others may be planning or saying, focus on protecting your peace, your character, and your long-term vision for your life. Difficult seasons do not last forever, and many people later realize that the very moments they feared most were quietly preparing them for a stronger and more meaningful chapter than they originally imagined possible. You see, sometimes your silence is your loudest weapon. While they plan and scheme, heaven watches, angels gather, and the divine shift begins. I didn't bring you this far to leave you. I didn't bless you just to let someone else steal it. No, I'm about to show you that when I favor someone, no human plan can remove what I've written, and what I've written for you is unstoppable. My child, do you know why they couldn't destroy you all those times before? Because I didn't let them. It wasn't luck. It wasn't coincidence. It was my protection wrapped around you, even when you didn't feel it, even when you questioned it. I was there. I held you together during nights that tried to tear you apart. I whispered peace into your heart while the world around you turned cold. And now, I am here again, not with silence, but with warning. Because this time, their plan is different. It's not just gossip. It's not just jealousy. It's organized. They've written down ideas. They've marked your name on paper. They've circled it in red. But what they didn't know is, your name is already written in gold in the heavens, and no ink of man can overwrite the ink of God. Michael is watching them. He has seen what was said in the room just before they closed the door. He heard the words, "Let's vote on removing them." Yes, they said it. And heaven responded instantly. That's when I sent my message to you. That's when I whispered into the wind, "Warn my child now." Warning, you are not crazy. That uneasy feeling, that sense that something isn't right, that's me. That's your spirit sensing war in the unseen. Warning, but don't worry, you're not going into this battle alone. I've already walked ahead of you. I've already heard every conversation. I've already seen every email. I've already scanned every motive, and I've already made my decision. You are not going anywhere. They're talking about your removal, but I'm preparing your revival. They think they're pushing you down, but I'm using their push to lift you up. You don't need to fight this. You only need to obey me. Be still. Let them plan. Let them meet. Let them whisper. Because very soon, I will speak. And when I do, my voice will cancel every false word spoken against you. I will not only protect you, I will promote you. But remember, my timing is everything, and right now, you must be silent, strong, and surrendered. Direct hit. Your assignment is not to respond to their attacks. Your assignment is to prepare for my announcement. Direct hit, because I am not just stopping their plan, I am launching mine. You think what's happening is a delay. No. It's divine alignment. I am using their betrayal to reveal the truth. I am using their plots to push you into position. You didn't lose anything. You're about to gain everything. There is a name that will be revealed to you soon. Someone among them. Someone who is part of the conversation, but has a heart that trembles when my spirit moves. This person will make a decision that changes everything. But until that moment arrives, I want you to do something bold. Trust me blindly, not because the path looks easy, but because you know who walks it with you. Raising hands, say this softly to me now. God, even when I don't understand, I trust your hands are moving behind the scenes. Raising hands. The shift is coming. The reversal is near. The very thing they tried to take from you will be restored sevenfold. The door they thought they could close behind you will open wider than they imagined. But not because of their kindness, because of my justice. You don't have to prove yourself anymore. You don't have to explain your worth to people who were never meant to recognize it. The only validation you need is mine, and I already called you worthy. Now, listen to this final truth for tonight. They may be meeting, but I am moving. They may be writing, but I am rewriting. They may be plotting, but I am preparing a platform for you. Hold your peace, my child. Your victory has already been scheduled. They wanted to remove you from the room, but now I will build a whole new room around you, and they'll have no choice but to watch. My precious one, I want you to understand something sacred, something the world forgets but heaven remembers. When you are chosen, you are also challenged, not because you are weak, but because what you carry is powerful. That's why this is happening. They are not attacking you because of your mistakes. They're moving against you because of your mission. And I have placed something inside you that the enemy cannot steal, though he tries to stir people who don't even realize they're being used. But Archangel Michael is standing guard. He's not just watching, he's protecting. And right now, in his hand, he holds something heaven has kept hidden until now. A sealed scroll with your name etched in divine light. This scroll contains the assignment I have reserved for you, a task that no one else can complete, a door that no one else can open, a promise that no one else can hold. But here is the truth you must grasp with your whole heart. Before I release what's written in the scroll, I must know you are ready, ready to walk even when the path is unclear, ready to believe even when your name is being questioned, ready to move forward even when you hear the whispers behind your back. This is why I sent this message today, not to burden you but to build you, to show you that your name may be discussed behind closed doors, but your destiny is being discussed in heaven, and heaven has decided to elevate you, not erase you. Warning, listen to me closely now, because what I say next will prepare you for the next 7 days of your life. Warning. In the coming days you may find that someone unexpectedly enters your life or reappears with something important to share. At first glance, it might feel random or insignificant, but there is often more beneath the surface of these timing shifts than we immediately understand. People sometimes carry information, emotions, or realizations for a while before they feel ready to express them, and when they finally do, it can bring clarity to situations that once felt uncertain or confusing. If such a moment arrives, approach it with a steady and calm mindset, rather than fear or urgency. Not every revelation is meant to shake you. Some are meant to reassure you that things are unfolding in ways you could not yet see. There are times in life when silence is necessary, not as a form of weakness, but as a space where understanding matures and perspective becomes clearer. Waiting does not always mean losing progress. Sometimes it is part of a larger process of preparation and alignment. You are not required to force outcomes or prove your worth to anyone who has already formed assumptions without fully understanding your journey. What truly belongs to you will not require constant defense or explanation. Instead, it will align naturally with who you are becoming. In moments of uncertainty, it is more valuable to remain grounded in your own awareness than to react impulsively to external pressure. Life often reorganizes itself in subtle ways that only make sense in hindsight. What feels like delay may actually be direction, and what feels like stillness may be quiet movement towards something more stable and meaningful. Trusting your own inner balance during such times allows you to move forward with clarity, even when the full picture is not yet visible. You are not being pushed out, you are being prepared for your placement. Child, my glory doesn't show up when everything is easy. It shows up when it's darkest, when everything seems uncertain, when people walk away, when silence surrounds you. And just when they think you've lost, I reveal that you were never alone. I reveal the scroll, I reveal your name in fire, and I place you exactly where I always meant for you to be. Scroll, write this upon your heart. Heaven has already decided. My story ends in glory, scroll. The time is now, my child. You have waited, you have listened, you have trusted me in the silence, and because you obeyed when it was hard, because you kept your spirit quiet while the enemy grew louder, I now release what was written long before your name was ever spoken on this earth. Archangel Michael is opening the scroll, and with it, a wave of divine energy is being released into your life. A shift so deep, even your enemies will feel it in their bones. I am not just saving your position, I am changing the entire landscape. You won't have to return to what they planned for you. You're stepping into what I prepared for you. Let me tell you what I see. I see the meeting being paused. I see confusion rising in their minds. I see one person standing up, saying, "I don't think we should do this." I see another one shaking their head, backing away slowly, and I see my hand hovering above it all, canceling every scheme, burning every false record, wiping clean every page they wrote against you, because when I move, no man can stop me, and I am moving. For you, I am rerouting what they tried to steal. I am exposing what they tried to hide. I am placing your name, not in the corner, not in the background, but at the center of my next miracle. This moment will mark a before and after in your life. They'll ask how it happened. They'll wonder why the meeting dissolved. They'll try to figure out why everything fell apart when it came to removing you. But you will know the truth. You will know it wasn't luck. It was loyalty. Your loyalty to me. Your trust, even when you were breaking. Your surrender, even when you wanted answers. You passed the test of silence, the test of stillness, the test of waiting. And now, heaven responds with a release. Party poppers, celebrate with your spirit, even if your situation hasn't changed yet, because the breakthrough began in the spiritual before it shows in the physical. Party popper, a miracle is walking toward your door. It may not knock loudly, it may arrive in an unexpected way, but when you feel the peace, the sudden relief, the heavy breath leaving your chest, you'll know, that was me. That was my hand reaching in, tearing up every false decision, and rewriting the script with light. But now I ask you, when I place you back in position, will you rise with grace? Will you speak with love? Will you remember who saved you, not because you were perfect, but because you were mine? This is your moment, not to fight, not to shout, but to witness. I am giving you front row access to your own restoration, and in front of the same people who tried to remove you, I will honor you, I will lift you, I will clothe you with wisdom, with strength, and with authority. Glowing star, say this out loud: what was stolen from me is returning multiplied. I will not be shaken, glowing star. No more fear, no more asking why, no more begging people to see your value. That season is over, the new one begins now. Michael has closed the scroll, the seal is complete, the war is over, and my child, you won. Because you didn't move when they moved. You didn't break when they pushed. You didn't run when it got dark. You stood. And I honor those who stand when others run. So now, walk into the next hour with quiet confidence. They may still wonder. In moments when everything feels uncertain, you may hear many voices, internal and external, pulling your attention in different directions. Yet you still have the ability to choose calm, clarity, and peace for yourself. When you ground yourself, you stop reacting from fear and begin responding with understanding. It may feel as though life is unfolding beyond your control, but often it is simply shifting in ways that only make sense later. What feels like rejection or delay can be redirection towards something more stable and aligned with your growth. Nothing you have experienced has gone unnoticed in your personal journey. Even quiet, painful moments have shaped your resilience more than you realize. Instead of focusing on hidden intentions or imagined opposition, it is more helpful to focus on your direction, your healing, and your long-term well-being. Not everyone will understand your path, and not everyone needs to. Your responsibility is not to convince others, but to remain steady in who you are becoming. Over time, clarity replaces confusion, and what once felt chaotic begins to form meaning. You are not being erased from your story. You are still actively writing it with every choice you make. Peace grows stronger when you stop searching for fear and allow trust, patience, and self-belief to guide you forward. Yes, 3. And all 3 are now feeling uneasy, not because of guilt, but because heaven has surrounded them with truth. They can't escape what I've allowed them to see. One saw a dream, one received a message, and one heard your name whispered in a moment they couldn't explain. That was me. I spoke. I shook their spirit, not to punish, but to warn them. Do not touch what belongs to me. You, child, are mine. And when I say that, it's not just poetry, it's protection. A heavenly legal decree. You are under divine custody. No scheme can override my covering. Crescent moon, and now, as you sleep tonight, my angels will not leave your room. You will notice it, maybe a shift in the air, maybe a warmth near your back, maybe a strange peace for no reason. That is Michael's presence. He doesn't just come to warn, he comes to stand guard. What happens next? I'll tell you. In the next 72 hours, I will send a sign. It will come through something simple, a message, a phone call, a random encounter, but you'll feel it in your spirit. It will carry peace like perfume. That's how you'll know. Heaven is confirming the shift. They tried to hold a meeting to remove you. Now I hold a celebration in the spirit because you're still standing. Let them wonder what changed. Let them feel the silence when their plans fall through. Because while they were gathering paper, I was gathering promises. While they were taking votes, I was opening portals. While they were writing against you, I was writing you into something greater. You see, my plans don't depend on their approval. I was never waiting on them to like you. I only needed your yes, and you gave it. Even when it hurt. Even when you didn't see results. Even when you were exhausted. And now, I will reward you. This is what I'm doing. White heavy check mark, I'm restoring your name. White heavy check mark, I'm reversing every private attack. White heavy check mark, I'm elevating you publicly. White heavy check mark, I'm bringing a helper, someone you didn't expect. White heavy check mark, I'm breathing life into your next move. White heavy check mark, I'm placing peace where you had panic. White heavy check mark, I'm giving you access to the table I built, not the one they tried to lock you out of. Let them keep their chairs. You have a throne, and my child, it's time to sit in the authority I gave you. Crown, whisper this to your spirit. I no longer seek permission from those God has already bypassed. Crown. You are moving forward. You are walking away, not in fear, but in favor. They didn't break you. They activated you. They didn't silence you. They shifted you. They didn't win. They unknowingly opened the gates to your next chapter. And this chapter will be sweet. It will carry laughter. It will restore your dignity. It will bring new names into your life. Names I chose. Names that will love you in the ways they never could. And if your heart has been tired, if your body has felt weak, if your soul has been asking, how much longer? Then hear this. Not much longer. The meeting is over. The trap is undone. The scroll has been read. You are free. Now breathe, my child. I will handle the rest. And when they ask how you survived, tell them, God warned me, God stood with me, and God turned it all around before they could blink. Yes, child. Let me pour the rest of this message into your spirit, slowly and fully, because this isn't just a warning or even a rescue. Life often feels like it is shifting in ways that are hard to fully understand while you are inside the experience. There are moments when you may question your direction, your timing, or even your worth compared to others around you. But those thoughts usually come during seasons of pressure, not during seasons of clarity. What feels like delay or resistance is often part of a longer process of growth that is not immediately visible. Personal development rarely happens in comfort. It tends to take shape during challenge, reflection, and quiet persistence. The times when you felt overlooked or uncertain may have actually been shaping your resilience more than the moments when everything felt easy. Not every path unfolds at the same speed, and comparison often creates more confusion than understanding. Each person's journey carries different timing, different lessons, and different outcomes that are not always visible from the outside. What matters most is not how quickly things change, but how deeply you continue to grow through them. Strength is often built in silence, in patience, and in the ability to keep moving forward even when the outcome is not yet clear. Over time, what once felt heavy begins to make sense as experience turns into wisdom. And what once felt like uncertainty slowly transforms into direction. You are not being defined by difficult moments, but by how you continue to respond to them. As life unfolds, clarity often arrives gradually, revealing that even the most confusing seasons had purpose in shaping who you are becoming. I'm revealing new dimensions of your calling. I'm bringing new relationships, ones that honor your soul. I'm opening doors that aren't temporary. I'm giving you rest in places you used to battle. Even the way you hear my voice will deepen. You will not just know me as rescuer, you will know me as rewarder. And this reward is not just about a title or status. It's about the divine peace that will settle into your chest and never leave again. You'll walk into rooms differently. You'll speak from a healed place. You'll laugh with freedom, because the fear of being removed is gone. The fear of rejection is gone. The fear of betrayal is gone. I am replacing all of it with holy confidence. Speech balloons say this now in your heart. I trust you to handle what I cannot explain, speech balloon. And I will, because I am your defender. I am your advocate. I am your secret keeper. And I am your destiny revealer. Everything you need is already being aligned. While you've been focused on surviving, I've been designing your promotion. So don't worry about their silence anymore. Don't chase people who won't clap for you. Don't prove anything to those who are no longer part of your purpose. The chapter they were written into has ended, and the new page has only your name on it. You don't owe them a goodbye. You owe me your full surrender. Because where I'm taking you now, they cannot follow. They're not equipped. But you are. Because you've been in the fire. You've stood alone. You've prayed through pain. And now, the glory you carry is undeniable. Even those who disliked you will see it, and they won't understand it. But they will witness it. This is my final promise in this message. You were almost erased, but instead, you will be remembered. By me, by those I send, and by the world that's about to see why I never let you give up. Now go in silence, go in strength, go in victory, and don't tell anyone what you read here, because this message wasn't for them, it was for you. Because when I speak to my chosen, I whisper, and the whole world feels the echo. I am with you, I have always been, I will always be. God, through the voice of Archangel Michael. Yes, beloved, even now, even after all has been said, I still have more to give you, because when I love, I don't stop. When I protect to the end. And when I speak into your spirit, I don't stop at survival. I carry you into supernatural peace. So let me whisper one more truth into your soul. What they tried to remove you from was never your final place. That seat at their table, it was temporary. That circle of influence, it had an expiration date. That opportunity they wanted to cancel, it was just the introduction. Your real story begins now. And it doesn't start with applause. It starts with stillness. It starts with you waking up tomorrow and realizing, they didn't break me. I didn't disappear. I became everything God said I would be, in silence. You won't need to explain how you made it through. You won't need to defend why you're still here, because your fruit will speak for you. Your energy will shift the room before you say a word. Your presence will carry weight, the kind of weight that only comes from being refined in fire and kissed by heaven. People will start to notice something has changed in you. They'll wonder how you became so calm, so grounded, so certain. And that's when you'll know this message didn't just reach your ears, it reached your soul. Because transformation doesn't come from changing your clothes, your environment, your hairstyle. It comes when God breathes directly into your identity. And that's what I just did. Dove, right now, as you read these words, I am anointing your mind with clarity, your heart with peace. Your identity carries a strength that cannot be diminished or erased, and you are no longer meant to return to who you once were. There is no shrinking back, no questioning your value, and no returning to silence that once limited your voice. You have grown beyond the labels placed on you and the limits others tried to impose. You are not forgotten. not overlooked, and not waiting. You are stepping into a new phase of clarity and direction. Something greater is unfolding in your life, not because of effort alone, but because of who you have become at your core. There is recognition in places you never expected, and opportunities aligning without force or struggle. You do not need to chase validation anymore, because what is meant for you will find you naturally. Even in moments of silence, progress has been taking shape in ways you could not see. You are being guided toward experiences that reflect your growth and resilience. Keep moving forward with steady confidence, because your path is unfolding exactly as it should. You are not behind or lost. You are precisely where you need to be for what comes next. Trust the timing of your life, because everything is aligning in your favor in ways you will soon understand. What felt like loss is quietly becoming redirection towards something better suited for you. Continue forward with calm certainty, knowing that your journey is shaping strength, peace, and purpose within you, and that every step ahead is building a version of your life that reflects stability, confidence, and renewed hope in what is still to come. Move forward with trust and steady courage always ahead now.